Happy Monday, everybody. Jimmy Yan here, the neurology acupuncture specialist, and today we're going to talk about Movement Monday. And I'm going to attempt to explain a video that I saw, I think it was on Facebook or YouTube or something like that. It was about this professor who got this jar and started filling it with ping pong balls, rocks, and then sand. If some of y'all have watched that. But anyways, if you haven't, hopefully I won't make a mess of it. So if you imagine this green ball, so we're going to talk about balls, okay? So this green ball is all the things that are important to you. So the important things in life, these cannot be bought by money. So it's things that are super important to you. And so things that cannot be bought by money are like health, your relationships, right? If y'all can't read this, I'll read it out loud to you. So these big green balls are things that are super important to you in your life. Those are your relationships, your health, things that you cannot buy with money, right? And then the medium-sized balls, these are the balls that are like your daily living, right? These are things that you can buy with money, and these are things that we need to buy in order to live. So for example, your house, your car, your job, you need things in order. Food, actually food should be another one. Food is another one because you need that to sustain. Water, right? And then the rest, these little balls, you can barely see it, right? Because it's like sand. I'm trying to mimic sand. So these little pink balls are the rest, everything else in your life, right? So what are those, every little else in your life? Those are the things you look in your house. It's everything else in your house. Your TV, your sofa, your chairs, your bed. You don't need those. Those are luxuries, right? And so if you imagine, like this is a container. If we have a container, this is our life, a container of life. If we fill it with all these pink little balls, right? If we fill it all, that's what this top container is about. If you fill it with all these pink little balls, it's impossible to put any of the medium-sized balls. It's impossible to put in the big green balls. So what does that mean? When you fill your life with things that don't matter, that are not as important, least amount important. So the pink balls are the least amount important. When you fill your life with things that are the least important in your life, you don't have room to fill with your things that you need for daily living, and you definitely won't have room for things that are important in your life, right? But then if you fill it, on the flip side, if you fill it with the daily living stuff, like your house, your car, your job, your food, right? You still won't have room for things that are important for you because you're so focused on only the daily living stuff that you don't have room for what's important to you. When you focus on all the little things in life, all the things that are least important to you, you don't have room for your daily living stuff and your most important stuff, right? But when you fill it with daily living stuff, you still have room for all the little stuff, things that are not important to you, things that are not as important to you. You have room for those, right? Some say this may be, when I heard this may be the secret to happiness. And so when you fill your life with things that are the least important or moderately important to you, this is the reason why you can't obtain happiness or peace, because you don't have room for the important things in your life. But then if you start with your container by filling it with things that are important to your life, then you can fill everything. You can put all the big green balls as you want, and they can fit into your container. And here's the thing. Even though you put these big green balls into your container, you still have room for the medium-sized orange balls. The medium-sized orange balls are things that you need for daily living. Your car, your house, your job, your food. You still have room for those. And guess what? You will still have room for the little things that are not so important. Your couch, your deck, your pool in your backyard, your kitchen, your redone bathroom. You still have room for those, right? So I think the key to that video that I saw was that the number one thing when you're looking at your life and how you're prioritizing your time is prioritize your time for the big green balls, things that are important to you. Fill those, schedule those into your calendar first before you schedule the rest. And we see this, done the opposite direction, with very commonly on a day-to-day basis. Everybody's so focused on, oh, I want to buy a big house, I want a new car, I want a better job, I want to eat, exotic foods, that they fill up their containers so fast they have no space for what's important, which is health. Since you can't buy health, when you don't focus on it first, when you don't put health as a priority, you will not have space. You'll run out of space for it. You'll run out of space. You cannot put health here. You can't put health here. So what happens? Well, when you focus on the little things and then the daily living stuff, and your health starts to deteriorate, you will be forced. Your body will force you to start removing these things that were once you thought were your priority. Well, your health is going to let you know that that's not priority. It's going to force you to remove these little things so that you can make room for your health. So why not start from the right direction and the right steps? Focus on what's most important to you first, your health and your relationships, and then add the other things into your container, right? I hope that makes sense. When I watched the video, it was pretty cool. I don't have all the props to do that video, so I figured I'd just draw it out. So if it doesn't make sense, tag, comment below, and I'll find the video and I can put that link on that video. But it was pretty cool. So hopefully this helps you. Movement Monday, move our brains, shift our brains so we can have a better week, better life. And remember, Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health. As always, everything in life is achievable, but it's up to us to make it happen. And we have to prioritize what's most important to us first, and then worry about the rest. All right, guys, have a great week.